Moving on to other news, the White House has been increasingly pressuring Congress to pass stalled legislation to support Ukraine's war against Russia. And now, despite legal reservations, policymakers are weighing the consequences of using $300 billion in Russian assets to help Kyiv's war effort. And after the invasion of Ukraine, the United States, along with Europe and Japan, used sanctions to freeze the assets, denying Russia access to its international reserves. Very little of the Russian assets, perhaps $5 billion or so by some estimates, are in the hands of U.S. institutions, but a significant chunk of Russia's foreign reserves are held in U.S. dollars, both in the United States and in Europe. Now, the United States has the power to police transactions involving its currency and use its sanctions to immobilize dollar-dominated assets. And the Biden administration has begun taking another look at whether it can cause its existing authorities or if it should seek congressional action to use the funds. Factions of Congress have previously tried to attach provisions to the annual defense bill, allowing the Justice Department to seize Russian assets and funnel the proceeds from the sale of those assets to Ukraine to help pay for weapons. But these efforts delayed amid concerns that the proposals were not thoroughly vetted. Last week, Brussels proposed a halving of profits earned from frozen Russian state assets, a step towards sending funds worth billions of euros to Ukraine. Now, the EU has frozen some 200 billion euros of Russian central bank assets as punishment for Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. About 90% of those funds are held by the international deposit organization Euroclear, based in Belgium. The Biden administration is also pressing Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Canada and Japan to come up with a strategy by February 24th, which is also the second anniversary of the invasion. But now, with Ukraine running low on funds and ammunition and the war potentially moving into the third year, the debate about how to provide more aid could shift from a legal question to a moral question. Apart from weapons and ammunition, Ukraine is now asking men between 25 and 60 who have left the country to return for military service. The Ukrainian military has said that it wants to mobilize up to 500,000 more soldiers to defend the country. And now this also comes as the country is struggling to keep combat-age men from fleeing when the war began in Feb 2022. Now, the average Ukrainian soldier was between 30 and 35 years old. And according to Time magazine, the average age of Ukrainian soldier is older than 40.